This is the final task of the English Seeds project. We are Juan José Galvis and Jesus David Duarte. The neighborhood selected for the study of this project is Mariscal Sucre. Here the residential area predominates mainly. However, the only residential complex present in this area is the Miramonte. Geographically, it limits to the south west with the Enrique Olaya Herrera National Park, a culture reserve area. The limits that enclose this neighborhood go between 39th Street and 49th Street, and between Transversal 1 East and Circunvalar Avenue, a road to which a pedestrian bridge was built in order to provide greater security to the residents of the community, as this road is quite busy.
Okay, social problems in Mariscal Sucre. This neighborhood, due to its size, presents several problems for its inhabitants and visitors, which are the mobility and vehicular comfort within the neighborhood tend to be complicated, because the residents initially didn't contemplate the idea of owning cars or motorcycles, for which they limited very narrow roads and didn't think of building garages along with their homes. The latter being a problem that generates discomfort and insecurity for the inhabitants of the community, since they tend to park their cars along the roads. It should be noted that previously the neighborhood had problems with the comprehensive management of domestic waste, generated because the garbage trucks could not enter the community due to the obstruction and lack of space on the road. The inhabitants of the area, as a solution, placed their waste on Avenida Circunvalar, which generated the arrival of rats and the generation of bad odors and health problems. So the main problem actually that the neighborhood presents is the poor classification of solid waste generated daily by the inhabitants of the community. This problem is mainly due to the lack of citizens' education regarding these issues, in addition of the lack of awareness on the part of the residents settlers. Regarding the problem of mobility, a potential solution is to adapt places in the town to serve as parking spaces for the vehicles of people who live in the neighborhood and their visitors, in order to improve circulation in the neighborhood. To solve the problem of household waste, a garbage chute was placed where the inhabitants of the area and its surroundings have already managed to accommodate their waste. It is essential to solve the problem with the classification of waste, since this can bring positive impacts, such as avoiding the spread of diseases and reducing production costs by being able to recycle. And social awareness campaigns should be implemented for the inhabitants of Mariscal Sucre. By implementing these solutions goals 9 and 17 of the Sustainable Development of the United Nations were achieved. These objectives will make it possible to approach peace building, since to achieve this, the correct areas must be adapted without bothering anyone and respecting the environment to make the best use of the spaces required to solve the problem.
Finally, the most important thing to achieve an improvement or, in the best of cases, a radical solution to the problem is all in the solution is all the actions and awareness of the inhabitants of the neighborhood. Civil engineering has always aimed to solve society's problems in the most optimal way. In recent years, solutions have been implemented to address the environmental problems generated by constructions, such as improving the quality of materials and their sustainable use for the environment. From my experience, I have learned many things from this community, and I have become a more conscientious and caring person. The social project of the Javeriana University carried out recreation and learning activities on the environment this year. Among the activities that were carried out are the digester bales, which consist of a composting system that allows the degradations of organic matter. In addition, talks were held with the inhabitants of the community on the care and sustainability of the environment. Uh, Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you.